Or is it something else? Oh, I do that.
I wanna fly sky high. Let's go together. I wanna fly sky high. Let's go together. I wanna. I wanna fly sky high. Let's go together. I wanna fly sky high. Let's go together. I wanna, yeah, yeah, oh, yeah, yeah, flying high, feeling good. Blue, blue skies, I see. Blue, blue skies, I see. Blue, blue skies, I see. I wanna fly sky high. Let's go together. I wanna fly sky high. Let's go together. I wanna. I wanna fly sky high. Let's go together. I wanna fly sky high. Let's go together. I wanna, yeah, yeah, oh, yeah, flying high, feeling good. Blue, blue skies, I see. Blue, blue skies,
Everyone, hello. Hope everyone is doing fabulous. Just finished Crunchy Bagel's video on E-Bombs World. Oh my god. I was around for the drama between E-Bombs World and YTMND. I remember that so well. I didn't see Crunchy Bagels uploaded a new video. I'll have to check that out. But also, hello Extreme Wreck. I hope you're doing well. So, it's been an eventful month, that's for sure.
Hi, Preporion.
Yes, I do remember the song about E-Bombs World. I remember when it was new.
E-Bombs World.
I was not around when it was happening. I know, I'm old. I know. I remember early internet drama. Back when stealing content it felt like a declaration of war. Now it's just a fact of life.
Open mic stream chat.
We all fossils in this landscape. Yep.
But that's currently elsewhere right now.
You're around for Sonic bloopers? Oh, good times. God, sometimes I miss the early internet back when we were using more than 5 websites. What a way to start the stream. Yeah, I mean, you mentioned E-Bombs World, and you already got me going on a tangent about the old days of the internet. When I was going to Colossal Con East with Firearm, I think at one point we were reminiscing on, like, YTMND. You saw Chainsaw Man?
Oh yeah, I saw the movie the other day actually. With my
Awesome.
sibling.
I've heard
was-
nothing but
that was
good things.
fun. Oh yeah.
I think
Iris Out
Ryan
is such
saw
a good
it.
song.
Yeah, I
he
think
did. remember
Ryan
he
saw it.
posted about it in the server.
Yeah. I gotta see Ryan soon. We keep talking about hanging out and we never do. It's just the way it is. He chained, he saw, man. Yeah, he sure did, Austin. But I hope everyone's doing well. I'm just giving everyone a few minutes to show up. Come on in, and I've got my notes pulled up.
Meet some friends of mine.
As you can see, we don't have a ton to talk about. We said we have, actually, believe it or not, despite the fewer bullet points, it's the same amount of slides as last time. Watch someone play ZA and he experienced things that just caused all hope to shatter into a janky mess was great. I didn't experience that much jankiness. I do have stuff to talk about with ZA. I played on the Switch too. I did get a Switch too. I don't know, the game ran pretty consistently for me. I didn't run into any weirdness like I did with Scarlet Violet. Maybe on the Switch 1 that would happen, but I'm sure if you play around with it long enough, you can get weird stuff to happen. But actually, no, I did see some jankiness because Feraligator's a big boy and can't fit through certain places, like the basketball courts or whatever they are. Feraligator cannot fit through that door. He's too wide. So when you're trying to fight something that's in the bounds of that arena, and Feraligator's outside, he'll keep walking and trying to fight and fail.
Ooh.
Or rather, girl, because I had a female Totodile. I don't know if that's common, because I saw I watched Johnstone's video, and he got a female Totodile as well. Forgetting the scene of what two water textures met. It was a big diagonal line. Oh my god. Yeah, I have a lot of thoughts on it. Just as a longtime Pokemon fan, and as someone who played X and Y, and as someone who really, really, really liked Legends Arceus, that was such a good experience. Whereas this, I'm like, I didn't have really the same feeling. Was it good? Yeah, it was like a 7.5, maybe 8. But we also found where the texturing budget was spent on Emma. Yeah, Emma shows up. The first thing you see is her ass in her skin-tight suit. That I was like, that actually blew me away. That was her intro in this game. God. A couple of my friends already have the shiny charm. They did the 1000 battles.
Shiny.
You see her buns and then her Naruto running away after. Yeah. God. There were a lot of... Okay, I will say this. Pokemon's strong suit seems to be characters and character writing. Because, God, I loved so many characters in that game. So many of them are so funny.
Right, you think now's a good time to...
Yeah, we should be.
Right?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we're about 10 minutes in, so... or it's 10 past the hour. Yeah, so updates on Kinnikuman. I promise it's coming. I know I said summer. I know I said October. I'm about 2 hours and 20 minutes into it, and it's a 3-hour video. I am like on the very, 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 very end of talking about the Ultimate Muscle anime. I'm at the point I am talking about Kid versus Kevin, which is the final part of the anime.
I can't wait to see the video.
Yeah, I got to dig into some commercials. It was fun. I found more commercials I can use, which was fun. And yeah, I have a lot to say, and especially some things that seem to be forgotten by the internet. The George R.R. Martin of anime tubers, 3 hours. 4.5 hour experience. I could have made it a 4.5 hour experience, but
English version files end game.
yeah. I don't know. We'll do that someday, but not today. Like, it's funny because this is going to be the least amount of episodes I've put out in a year, but also the most amount of content by runtime. I just put it all into Parappa and Kinnikuman. So yeah, yeah. Definitely not happening this year. Probably February, but that's actually good because then I can get money from Kinnikuman, have some time to work on Project Mike and a few other things, and then also stream. I want to get back into streaming, man. But anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself. Hey, Zero Sound YT. So I'm at a point I need to have it done because I'm going to be out of town in a few weeks, and I'm not going to work on this on a laptop. But the good news is I'll get it done in time for December, which is peak ad rev. So hopefully this will do well and make a lot of money. Well, you get 4 times speed to catch up. You miss Albert and Sydney. That was an amazing discovery. I can't believe that was 5 years ago.
I wish we got more stuff. I wish we.
Yeah, we got that one thing, and honestly, I'm happy with that one thing.
A bunch of clips.
Well, we did get more info because the actress who played Lucy contacted me, which was amazing that she reached out. Like, for those who don't know the story of that, I was at work in the bathroom checking my emails, catch up on notifs, and I got an email about Albert and Sydney. I thought it was just someone looking for episodes, and I'm like, I don't have anything. And then she said, I played Lucy. I'm like, wait, what? that was the reaction to that email. And that was 2 or 3 years ago. Time is blending together for me, so. But anyways, I want to have it done this month. I'm far enough along, and I'm going turbo mode. Hey, Xavier.
Hi, Xavier.
I'm going turbo mode with finishing this. Who is Anthony Gramuglia? I'm sorry, I don't know who that is. Here, I'm looking this person up.
Probably some YouTuber.
Anthony Gramuglia. Oh, geez, big YouTuber. Okay. Downfall of Tim Burton. Did Ant lie to you? YouTube critics lying. Okay, what? Okay, big YouTuber. Got it. I've never heard of this person in my life, but
me neither.
I subbed. I'll probably watch this person later. So. Okay, so moving on to Project Mike, just to refresh everyone's memory. Mike McFarland has, pardon my pronunciation, glioblastoma, which is an aggressive brain cancer. And his chances of survival are slim, to say the least. So, that said, I want to do something for my favorite ADR director of all time, at least as far as anime goes. So, as a reminder, again, this is all kind of a refresher, but I do have more info. Next episode is dedicated to Mike, after Kinnikuman. The first 28 days of ad rev of whatever, of when the video comes out will be donated to his GoFundMe. Remember Atashinchi? Remember Atashinchi? I made a video about it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was an enjoyable video because it was only about 15 minutes and I didn't have to work on it for an entire season. So, anyways.
Plus, I helped out a little bit.
Yeah. After a very, very difficult selection process, I was down to like 3 things. I decided what I'm going to cover. I'm not going to announce it until after Kinnikuman comes out. It's probably going to be February 2026, which is going to give me plenty of time to get more interviews down. Yeah, Mike, I saw Mike went and saw Chainsaw Man. I know he went to go see it. So, as a thank you for your patience, once the episode is public knowledge, I will share the interview I had with someone connected to the project. It will be on my second channel. If you're not already subbed, please go sub. I mostly have commercials and my old podcast on there. So go check it out. It's just anything that is not main channel material will go there. So, as for the rest of 2025 and then January 2026, I know this, yeah, prayers for Mike, yes.
Yep, prayers for Mike.
This is going to be the last episode of the year. I'm taking a break after this is uploaded. This has been pulling my hair out doing this video because just it's been so complicated.
Nikomon's basically going to be the EVF Season 3 finale.
Yeah. I'm taking a break to strategize. I have a lot I want to tackle next year. I also have some pet projects I'm working on that are completely unrelated to the channel. I have some stuff that's a work in progress since I started the channel, by the way. So
Ooh.
I'm also bringing on more people to help with stuff. So hopefully this makes enough money that the next video can have custom thumbnail art. That would be awesome. Because that's expensive. So I also want to stream more. I want to get back into streaming on Twitch. I want to get back into Operate Shooting Star and hunt for chips because we're about to get to the most annoying part of it, which is the Navi chips. And probably do more streams with friends. I'll have more to talk about this. The Evolves World video has also been pulling Crunchyroll's hair. Oh my god, for a little documentation there is on what happened. Yeah. Oh my god. The drama. I remember Attack of the Show had on Eric and talked about what happened. This was like right after the drama hit, or right after the drama kind of subsided. But yeah, God, early internet drama looks so tame compared to what it is now.
Yeah.
So I also will be uploading YouTube shorts and posting to TikTok. Follow my TikTok, I guess. I had to use HalKozy09 because someone else was using HalKozy, so YouTube shorts will also be TikToks. I don't like TikTok, but I'm just like, it's a good platform for exposure, blah, blah, blah. So some of the stuff I had to cut from the Ultimate Muscle video will be on YouTube shorts and TikToks. Some of it will also be on my second channel. Like I talk about the cutie toys. I pretty much cut that out because it's not that interesting. I still show them. I still bought some, but it's just not that interesting.
Oh yeah, Duolingo anime.
Yeah, there is a Duolingo anime. Yeah, I watched that interview on Attack of the Show because I was invested in that drama. I witnessed it. Oh, never mentioned. Okay. God, that was a time to be alive. It was a time and a place. So, anyways, I don't like short form content unless it's like very specific channels that primarily post that. Like there's a couple dog channels I follow on YouTube because I like dog videos, and the primary thing they do is post YouTube shorts, so I'll watch those, but otherwise I don't really. I really, really, really like long form content. But so about Legends ZA, I did buy it. I did get a Switch 2. I have mixed feelings on the game. I didn't like it as much as Legends Arceus, which I thought was really, really fun. But I'm glad I have a Switch 2 finally. I'm glad I got to play it. The Battle Royale is really fun. The real-time battles are really fun. I beat the final boss without items. It took some working, but I did manage to do it. And it was a combination of, I had to completely switch up movesets. I had the event Gardevoir you got via code, and I made it the cleric, and I took my alpha mega victory bell and made it the primary attacker. I also gave it leech life because that did a ton of damage to the boss. And basically, when I was low on health, I used Leech Seed to regain my health, and also used Wish with Gardevoir. And that was kind of the bulk of the strategy, really. Also, Victory Ballad Sword Stance. So, that was the TL... Without spoilers, that was the TLDR on how I beat the game item list. That was actually pretty fun. Because I was sitting there like, how am I going to beat this without items? It's the final boss is so strong. But I do want to do more Pokemon content. I want to do more Pokemon streams and stuff. But because for people who don't know, I really like Pokemon. I've been playing Pokemon since I was a child in 1999. So I like it a little bit. And I have Pokemon in Pokemon Home that I caught in college back in 2011. So there's that. But anyways, enough rambling about Pokemon. Upcoming streams. I do want to get DK Bonanza. That is my next game for the Switch too. I want to do a Smash 4 stream for Smash for Wii U on the 21st because that is the anniversary of the game launching 11 years ago. I didn't go to the launch because I didn't have a Wii U, but I wanted to anyway. I ended up not. I went to the one for 3DS, and that was a blast. I have stories about that, but... And then the next open mic stream, because of US Thanksgiving, will be in December, so sorry about that. This is kind of the October one. That's going to be kind of the November one. I'll see when we can do the proper December one. We'll see.
What about the Game Awards?
Oh yeah, we do need to stream the Game Awards. Shit. I'll figure that out too. As from Smash 4 launch, I was there for that launch. That's awesome. Yeah, the launch event for Smash for 3DS was so fun. Because they had a Project Dem tournament to decide who was going to be first in line. And it came down to two of my friends. If anyone knows who Drillbit Sammy is, he was one of the people in the finals, and I knew he would be. But anyways, that's upcoming stream. So now for the stuff you really care about, what do you think of these ideas? The Grinch leak for Smash Ultimate, that was amazing. So remember, these are ideas, not confirmations. I picked a couple that were suggested on my server on Discord. You can join my server by joining on Patreon or subbing on Twitch. So, first up is a show I remember from Toonami, Zoids. I received a couple of requests for this over the years. One was recent. And it would be another toy thing I can cover, because I got to record some toy videos for the Kinnikuman video because of Muscle. I bought a ton of those toys. It was not cheap.
Go, Muscle.
Right? I couldn't name a single character in the show, but I remember watching it and thinking it was really cool. But also, that was 2002, so it was over 20 years ago. I can only remember so much about this show. I wasn't like super invested in it. Like, I was more into original Dragon Ball, Yu Yu Hakusho, even Hamtaro. Hamtaro was fun. By the way, Xavier, if you have a mic, I can't hear you. I haven't been able to hear you this whole time. Or are you just chilling?
I think you mentioned neither of that.
Yeah, if you're just chilling, that's fine. Did I ever tell you I still don't remember the dumbest twist ever for the villains in Zoid? No. It's so insane I can't ever forget it. I think it would be interesting. Partially because of the toys, but... Want me to spoil it? I mean, chat, do you care? I don't care. I mean, if I watch this show, it's not going to be for a long time. Okay, no. So hold off on spoiling it. You can DM me, I guess, or post it on my server and put a spoiler tag. But
yeah, that works.
Anyways, it seems that there's actual interest in Zoids, and I don't know, it kind of sounds fun. I'm sure it's gonna be one where I'm gonna want to be frustrated, but
Want to be longer than Kiniku was.
no, I hope not. Fuck. I didn't know Zoids was as old as it was. I will say that, because I didn't hear
How
about
old
it
is
until
it?
it came to America. But yeah, it is a pretty old show.
How old are we talking? 80s, 70s,
Yeah, like
60s?
I think it was like late 80s or something. It was older than I thought it was going to be. Let me check. Yeah, 86. It's old. So, yeah. All right, it seems like there's interest in Zoids, so good. That's worth noting. Yeah, that makes sense because of the time frame, but yeah. We didn't get it for a long time. And then this one, Coops suggested this. Idaten Jump. I know nothing about this. I've heard of it. I don't know what it's about. I don't know anything about it. I don't know. Yeah, it could be something interesting, you know? It's like, wouldn't be the first time I cover something that I know nothing about, like Cyborg Kuro-chan, Anpanman, Atashinchi. I knew nothing about those when they were suggested, but by the end of it, I knew basically everything. Idaten Jump. Oh, lots of Lost Media? Yeah, you guys go gaga for Lost Media. I mean, I do too, so it makes sense, but... Lost Media is fun. Lost Media is a lot of fun, especially when we uncover mysteries about it or uncover it outright. That's what's always fun. That's what's always exciting.
Yeah, like Cyborg Kuro-chan.
Yeah, I accidentally discovered the entire cast, basically.
Well, at least the main cast, I
Yeah, the
guess.
primary cast, but yeah. Okay, there is strong interest in this, evidently. I'll have to look into what this actually is. I just grabbed a picture and I'm like, guys, what is this? Now for the wild card pick. I know we've brought this up in a video. Bonus points if you remember which video it was. What's Up, Tiger Lily? The original gag dub.
Shit. That's
And-
the video from Earth Reacta.
Yeah, and Woody Allen's
I didn't know.
directorial debut. I think this would be really interesting because it would be something really old and we kind of see the ripple effect it had. Razor Racing, I remember that kind of. Like, I think I rented that from like Blockbuster, so aging myself more. Blockbuster, back when Blockbuster was just a thing we all knew about. God, Kung Pao, I would have a field day with Kung Pao. Oh, there's lyrics to this song. I didn't know I have the lyrical version of this song. So I skipped ahead.
What's wrong with it?
It was it's called Better Late Than Never, and it was on Epidemic Sound. Same when Blockbuster was just clearing out its stores. Okay, it seems like a lot of people would be interested in this. I haven't seen this movie. I've never seen it or the movie it's dubbing over. But
Me
yeah,
neither.
from my understanding,
If
Woody
you know Woody
Allen doesn't
Allen's
really
on
like to
that,
talk about
yeah.
this. It'd be insane to interview Woody Allen. He's still alive. But
Yeah,
it was also
but-
a really long time ago.
He's kind of infamous or something.
Oh,
I
I know.
don't
I know virtually nothing. I think it'd still be worth talking about. So, yeah, post it on
so.
Discord. You're interested in all three subjects. Yeah, I kind of just want to see the original gag dub. That might actually have been Cramp Twins because they had the same episode length and kind of the only thing that makes me doubt it is because she said humor that is very different in that part of the world. And like, I thought Cramp Twins was an American cartoon when I was a kid. No, it was a joint production. And I don't think it's too outlandish to see it as an American cartoon, whereas Shin-chan, I could see, the mom and kid not getting along and the dysfunctional family aspect of it for a children's show, not to mention Shin pulling down his pants so much. I could see that angle from that. But I also am more willing to believe that Kath stayed on for a project by Chris Zimmerman, because that's more of a person I believe she's friends with than Paul Vitello. But you never know. Voice actors have a lot of friends that aren't in the industry. So yeah, it was a joint venture. I watched a little bit of Cramp Twins in retrospect because I watched it on the Fox box. It was okay. I don't know. The show's not great. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen, but it's also not like a great show. So Lucian as a name. Look, cartoon characters have really weird names. I didn't bat an eye at it because I don't know anyone named Homer, but Homer was named after a real person.
Finish the itinerary.
Yeah, sorry, we're getting off track with what's up, Tiger Lily. But anyways, also it's Lucius, not Lucian. That's the twins' name, but yeah. But Lucien is a name I've definitely heard. But anyways, thank you for all your support. As always, it's been great. I'm still getting all these subscribers on YouTube, and I haven't posted since March. So, and people are still watching the Parappa video. It has 81,000 views. The other day I was saying, holy crap. I was saying, holy crap, the other day. It has 75,000. Now it's at 81. I'm like, bruh, it's going to hit 100 at this rate. I'm grateful. I really am. I am blown away. This was the video that blew up. This was my only episode this year, and people love it. And I'm really happy because when I announced it, people weren't that excited about it. And it got a lot of people to try a game from the PlayStation 1. So that was exciting. Yeah, Parappa Bucks. Parappa is legitimately what is driving my ad rev right now. Whenever I get an ad rev check, it's mostly Parappa. So I didn't expect this to get 81,000 views, let alone 8,000 views. So yeah, you never know what takes off. It's true. And I think a big part of it is I do talk about kind of the general gist of its history because it was so intertwined with the American side of it. So, Parappa is one of my favorite games, honestly. Yeah, I've talked about this before. I was on a podcast the other month about talking about Parappa. Yeah, I didn't talk much, but oh, my brother's messaging me. But it was I don't have a big crazy story about how I got into Parappa. It was I saw it when I was a kid. I think I played the demo, and I saw the commercials and saw it on G4, and I didn't sit down and play it until I got the PSP game in 2012, and I instantly fell for it. It's such a charming game. But I want to remake a lot of those videos. If I had the time and the money, I would remake basically all of my videos except for a few. With the knowledge I have now, but it's just kind of like you kind of live with it, and you got to move on to other projects that you do want to work on because it's better to just keep moving forward. But obviously there's a couple I need to remake. Not that I'm going to name them out loud, but they're coming. If you've been watching me long enough, you know what I'm talking about. But you think so? Well, thank you. I see a lot of problems with it, and there was more I wanted to add but couldn't because it just made it too boring. Because I talked about kind of the era of Poland. It was fun. For those who don't know, here I'll go ahead and we got to the end of this. For those who don't know, that video was heavily inspired by Bob Samurai's video about Super Kid, which was a South Korean knockoff of Dragon Ball. And I was inspired by that and made the David and the Magic Pearl video, and that was a lot of fun. And it was nice. It was a nice to cover something that wasn't anime and something people weren't expecting. But it really means a lot that you say it's a good video, because that was a long time ago now. Yeah, it is. It is. Like, you guys in the chat who are more into this than I am have taught me a lot. So, yeah. Worker and parasite. What the hell was that? Man, we were just talking about Parappa. I used that clip in Parappa when I showed the Jam Lammy commercial. My brother is messaging me.
Rock star in town.
Now here's a fun fact about that joke. The fact I used that clip. I was going to use that for a different video, like that has been on the radar since I started the channel, for a very similar topic, where it was a commercial, and it was like, what did this tell me about this property? Nothing. It was like, what did I just watch? So it's a video that's probably not going to happen for a long time, but I'm just like, it's too perfect. It's like, what did this commercial tell me? Nothing. It was a car driving into a pool. What was it? Oh god, Tyrannosaurus Alan. I was talking about that the other day because that was so commonly seen in YouTube poops.
Yeah, I think I saw it in an emblem YouTube poop.
Oh.
For a long time.
And I was just reminiscing on it too, because a while ago, like 10 years ago, I was digging through my old stuff from high school, and I found one time during study hall, me and 2 or 3 of my friends were having a drawing war where we were all drawing all over the paper trying to fight each other's bases. And we would draw crap to get in the way of missiles and stuff. And I drew George the Volcano and Volcanisty blocking some missile strikes. And I sent it to my buddy who drew it with me. And he's like, oh my god, I can't believe I remember this. Because this was like 2007 or 2008. And we started kind of chit-chatting, and we were talking about, like, what's everyone been up to since high school. And I'm just kind of blown away what's happened to people. But that's when you get to be my age and you kind of lose track of everyone from high school, except for like a select few who were awesome to you. I just found out about Command Monster, a Japan-only Game Boy Color game that used the MBC7 that Tilt and Tumble used. Wow. All your base was run into the ground. But thing is, nowadays memes are run into the ground within like a week. Back then, it took years for a meme to be run into the ground. I think by 2004, 2005, we were all tired of all your base, and now we're all reminiscing on it. But like, it's always fun to point out, you can tell how old a piece of media is if it's referencing all your base. Like, the Berserk outtakes reference it. Ghost Stories references it. Homestar, I think Homestar Runner mentioned it at some point. Gosh, what else referenced all your base? Ask him a Bob. I mean, that's such an old show, old web series. God, the balls are inert. Yeah, Ouija. I was around. I was around when, in the YouTube poop world, when Gay Luigi was discovered, when you cut off that opening line for Mario from Hotel Mario just right, it sounds like he's saying Gay Luigi, and it was like this big mind-blowing thing, and everyone started using it. Back when Back when we were all using Windows Movie Maker to make YouTube poops. Hotel Mario Ultimate Bloopers. Hotel Mario was such a fun thing to make memes out of. And I love Mark, who voiced Mario, Luigi, and Bowser, always loved that people were making YouTube poops. He always loved that. Because I know he redubbed the opening cutscene and made it extremely inappropriate. Mama Luigi, Stone Luigi. There were all kinds of Luigis in the YouTube poop days.
Super Mario World.
It's a Stone Luigi. It's a football. I chiseled it. Yeah, lots of spaghetti. Like, I want you to think of the alternate reality in which someone found the beta of Hotel Mario and we got that opening cutscene of Bowser talking. For those who don't know,
Bowser doesn't talk in the game?
he laughs. That's it. In the beta, Bowser narrates the paper Mario is reading. And it was changed to Mario reading it in the final game. Like, imagine the wealth of YouTube poops and jokes that would have been born from that. Oh my gosh, just the possibilities. But I mean, at the end of the day, I'm still nostalgic for the janky audio of the Quebec gamers rips of all those cutscenes.
One of these days, I need to sit down and watch the entirety of the Super Mario Brothers Super Show.
I Am Mean and Pyramid Adventures. Pyramid Adventures was another big discovery because the guy that voiced Link voiced Dash Daniels.
To this day, we still don't know who voiced Morshu.
Yeah, man, he would be an instant internet celebrity if and when he's found out. Okay, I like the Super Mario Brothers Super Show. I just wish the new releases still had all the song covers because that's like a big part of the show. They always covered songs like Great Balls of Fire.
I've never. The only song cover I actually heard was a clip someone posted on Twitter of an episode that covered Thriller.
Yeah,
it was a Halloween episode.
And it's just rights shit, and I know people have preserved it.
The version I saw, and I've never seen the versions with those covers, and I don't know if all of them are available.
Yeah, I wonder if, because I watched Daria a few years ago. I watched the entire show, but I watched the restoration project, which put back in all the licensed music. So I wonder if there's something like that for the Mario Super Show, because I really like dorky video game cartoons. Those are so much fun. Like Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, I grew up on that show. It's still really funny.
I didn't watch all of the episodes, but it was a fun watch.
Yeah, it's just so goofy.
And I brought this up before, but Underground was actually one of my introductions to the Sonic. The other being the X Leapster game.
Super Fighting Robot, Mega Man. That was a really fun show. I need to finish watching Mega Man. For those who don't know, I am a really big Mega Man fan, just a little bit. I didn't watch the Mega Man cartoon when I was a kid. It wasn't on. Like, it was pulled from syndication pretty quick. So I didn't watch it till the last few years. I didn't finish watching it, but God, it's the dorky video game cartoon genre. Never knew it existed. Yeah, you can it's usually people of a certain age, a certain demographic, millennials in their 30s who are big Mega Man fans, because you were around for Mega Mania, where Mega Man was a yearly series. But yeah, back in the 90s, you had that Ruby Spears cartoon.
Constant screaming of anything but a new game.
Yep, we will get anything but a new Mega Man game. We will get Street Fighter stuff. We will get toys. We will get memorabilia, we won't get a new Mega Man game. We're stuck with the last one we got, not counting compilations, is Mega Man 11, and I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really care for Mega Man 11. I thought it was okay. Oh yeah, Saturday Supercade. That's in legal hell because of how many properties were attached to that. Yeah, Sonic Racing DLC, gotta respect it. You know, Mega Man and Proto Man both looked fantastic, but like, where is Mega Man X9? Where is Mega Man Legends 3? Volnut's still stuck on the moon. Look, I was around for Mega Mania. I loved Battle Network. Because Battle Network just hit its anniversary of its American release. Classic X, I'm not huge into ZX, but ZX is good.
Yeah, tying back. Okay, earlier we were talking about cut songs from the Mario series. There was an episode of Adventures of Super Mario Bros. 3, the cartoon, where King Koopa abducts this band called Milli Vanilli. They actually perform a couple of songs in that episode, but both of them were replaced with instrumental of some song from a series called Captain N called the Mega Move.
Some series,
but it's not for the reason. But it's not for the reason you think. It's not for copyright or anything. What happened was, a few weeks after the episode aired, Milli Vanilli got exposed for lip syncing, and it was all thing. I think Ray William Johnson made a video on them. I'll go ahead and post it in the server.
I like you called it some cartoon called Captain N. Captain N is really something. I have watched a good chunk of Captain N. It is also a dorky video game cartoon, but not a super fun one. They got a bunch of characters. They got Simon Belmont. They got Pit, or Kid Icarus, as they call him. Later on, there was a sentient Game Boy. Like, it was just kind of a really, really shameless advert for video games. And I know the parent companies were very hands-off with it, which is why Simon Belmont is flamboyant, and Mega Man looks the way he does. Thought we're doing a Halloween stream? Not today. Nah. On Halloween, I was just working on a video. I had to explain to some people why trick-or-treating isn't... why I wasn't waiting for trick-or-treaters on Halloween, why I was waiting for them on the 30th, because Columbus, Ohio is a weird place. If Halloween falls on a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday...
I've never even been there.
Yeah, if Halloween falls on a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, it will be held on the Thursday before. So I had trick-or-treaters on the 30th, and then there are some exceptions, like Worthington. Worthington will have it on the 31st because the mayor's like, no, we're having Halloween on the 31st. So it's a whole thing.
Wow.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah. Captain N. Yeah, with unfinished animation episodes. Yeah. So Captain N... it's not great. It's not even that fun. It's just kind of frustrating to watch. Whereas like Mega Man, I'm willing to accept all the deviations from the canon, but Mega Man in the Captain N cartoon, it's like, I know they didn't have much to work off, but I don't know why did they do the things they did with it. I don't know. It wasn't that fun. Favorite Studio Ghibli film? I actually mentioned this in my Kiki's Delivery Service video. It is Kiki's Delivery Service. Mega Man is green and has a visor thing. But also, hi, Greedy Smile. Captain N Guy was the first voice role for Matt Hill. What a way to start a career. It's a domino effect. Captain N all the way to Ed from Ed, Edd n Eddy. Okay, I'll see you, Matthew. I have a lot of thoughts on Captain N. It's a cartoon. It's one of the cartoons of all time. But my bar for shit is so low that, like, to call something truly crap, there has to be a lot going on with it. But Captain N just doesn't really hit that threshold. Like, it's mediocre, I guess. but like the Mega Man cartoon looks so cheap, and it's such a cheesy show, and it's just it's to a point it's fun to watch because of all that, and the voice acting is actually pretty great. Like, yeah, Mega Man looks super swole, but like Ian James Corlett plays to that, and he does a great job. Scott McNeil is great as Dr. Wily. Didn't care for him as Proto Man. He sounds too whiny, but his Dr. Wily is great. Oh yeah, the Donkey Kong Country cartoon. That's great too.
I'm familiar with that.
That janky 3D animation and King K. Rool being so ham in all the songs. Look, the songs are dorky, but they're good. They're also good. And yeah, the thing is, that's the thing too. 80s and 90s cartoons, everyone had a freaking catchphrase. Like Mega Man's was like sizzling circuits or whatever it was, or sizzling circuit boards. And now I've got your power whenever he takes a Robot Master's ability. Yeah, there was a song in every single episode of the Donkey Kong Country cartoon. I think people were really hard on it back in like 10 years ago. People were really hard on it, but now we look back on it and just kind of laugh. It is what it is, and it does what it does well as far as just being a stupid cartoon. Kung Fu Cutman, yeah, Terry Klassen doing a Peter Lorre impersonation or whatever he was going for with Cutman. Darkstalkers was a cartoon. Gutsman's ass was such a good meme. I remember a YouTube poop I was watching one time way back in like 2008. It was a little critter YouTube poop, and at one point he and his dad were camping, and he was like putting his flashlight around on things. Then like it stopped at one point and went dun, and it was Gutsman's ass. I know Toby Fox confirmed on the Undertale stream a couple months ago that the dummy coming to life in the dump was very clearly inspired by Gutsman's ass because of the music key. There was like the dun the music cue. He confirmed that was Gutsman's ass. Oh god, Mortal Kombat had a cartoon street. Oh yeah, the Street Fighter cartoon. Oh my god. I watched a good chunk of that with some commentary, and I laugh because it's such a bad cartoon. It's not a good cartoon, but it's so fun to watch because it's so bad. It doesn't have the same level of dorkiness. I think the problem with it too is it's based on the movie. So it has that going for it, and like at least M. Bison is still no, it depends on who you ask, but general consensus is not really, except for Raul Julia as M. Bison, who just stole the show, and he was dying. God. Yeah, that's right. Battletoads had a pilot episode. Yeah, Bubsy had a pilot episode, and it was bad. The Bubsy pilot episode cartoon, it was like watching Animaniacs with none of what makes Animaniacs enjoyable. And Rob Paulson was the lead character. Like, it was like someone watched 5 minutes of Animaniacs and tried to capture that and utterly failed.
Miserably.
Yeah. Oh god, Hanna-Barbera Pac-Man. Now that was, they had very little to work with. That was a weird one. That's a weird cartoon because Pac-Man's married and he has a kid and a dog, and it's like I know they only have so much to work with. It was they're basing it on a couple arcade games.
Yeah, that's the thing with the shows based on those games, like Saturday Supercade, it's Donkey Kong and Q*bert segments.
Yeah. And I know I mentioned this on stream before. I talked to the creator of Q*bert, and he was completely hands off with the cartoon. That was not, he had no say in what happened in that cartoon. And he was just like, why is he wearing a varsity jacket? Why is he talking? So, but he said the good news was it was exposure. It was exposure for the game he made. So there was that.
Do you ever comment on Pixels?
No, but he did. I did mention Wreck-It Ralph because that's one of my favorite movies of all time. I want to meet him again. I want to hang up the autograph I got from him because I got the marquee is an arcade marquee that had the final Q*bert design as well as what they were originally going to call the game, which is what Q*bert says when he dies. It's all the punctuation because it looks like he's swearing. And they wanted to use that as the title because it looks shocking. Like, oh man, this game is a swear word. And ultimately, they were overridden by the powers that be, and they called it Q*bert, and it worked. Got it.
Hey, no cursing in the arcade.
Do I watch Kaiser Beams? I don't know who that is, so I'm sorry. I do not. Mega Man NT Warrior. That okay. So let me talk a little bit about Mega Man NT Warrior. By the time that was on the air, we did not have Kids WB in Central Ohio. So I didn't get to watch it. I watched the DVD I got with Mega Man Battle Network 3 Blue. It came with a DVD with one of the episodes of the show. I did not like it. I didn't like the music. I didn't like the voices. I didn't like anything about it. So, and also they called Fireman Torchman, probably to not confuse people with a fireman like the profession, not fireman, a man
Also
who shoots
for
fire.
censorship reasons, I bet.
Yeah, because they also changed Needleman's name to Spike Man because needles being used in other contexts that I can't say on stream, but you know what I mean. So then the weeb in me awoke, and we had a broadband internet connection, and I found out there were fan subs of the Japanese version. And I'm like, this sounds like how I expected it to sound, like the music and the character voices. And I binged season 1 over summer break, like 2004 or 2005. So I was yeah, that was the first show I watched fan sub, that and Digimon Adventure. And then like when school started, I would come home, go upstairs, turn on my PC, and watch the fan subs of Battle Network. I watched the movies and any content I could get my hands on. I would watch. It was a lot of fun.
Have you ever seen the Singapore dub?
Yeah, I have.
How was it?
It's okay for what it is. How can I say this? Well, it's better. It's better. Yeah, it's definitely better. I remember really enjoying it as a kid, but then again, that was also
First opening goes
20
hard.
years. Oh god, the first opening. I remember when I heard it for the first time in a long time, like late 2019, early 2020, and I cried because I'm like, oh my god, when was the last time I heard this song? I don't remember. It was. I always loved that opening. The EXE dub was kind of short. Yeah. Because I also know it took a while to fan sub the later seasons. If memory is serving correctly. Just because of how fan subs were done back then. Like, there was a time, guys, where it wasn't expected to get an anime episode the same day as Japan. Simulcasting was not a thing. No, it wasn't a thing until I was graduating high school, basically. So there was, yeah. Some shows did get same day fan subs. It was the really, really popular ones mostly, but it wasn't to be expected. Do I watch Kaiser Beams? I mentioned this earlier. I don't know who that is. Greedy Smile. I'm gonna look up who this is. The old kid show. Oh yeah, Sonic X. I remember watching RAWs of Sonic X. Like, they'd be uploaded in real media format. Who is Kaiser Beams?
Someone I've never heard of.
Not someone I'm familiar with, but seems like it'd be like the same demographic of my channel. Like a lot of anime reviews, it looks like. Like, correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, I mean, I'll sub, but it's just like, yeah. I've said the story many times on stream of watching the Sonic X dub on the sneak peek. If anyone remembers that Sonic X had a sneak peek, just, you know, it was bad enough. I was there for the drama that they recast the entire Dreamcast cast. And yep, you remember.
Yeah.
And the music was replaced. You know, Jason Griffith just sounded like he was impersonating Ryan Drummond. It felt a little insulting to fans because Ryan was willing to move, but it was too late by the time he found out. Yeah, I think Jason's cool. I think he's a cool guy, but I don't like his Sonic voice. I like him as Shadow. I like Jason as Shadow. I think he does a good Shadow, but I just remember feeling disappointed because I had watched it in Japanese and just the dub was what it was. And then 4Kids already didn't have a good reputation, and then One Piece happened. I wasn't a One Piece fan yet. I had a cursory knowledge of the show was about pirates, and there was a guy, as far as I knew, his name was Luffy. I don't know. I didn't watch One Piece until 2011. That was when I started watching One Piece, was 2011. It took me an hour to bring up One Piece. It would just pass the hour mark of the stream.
Oh,
God.
damn. I didn't even think about that.
Wings Club, yeah, because usually by now we've brought up One Piece, but to be fair, Ryan isn't here. Yeah, Wings Club. I didn't watch. I've never watched that show. I've seen clips and that's it. Flint is messaging me. I don't think he knows I'm on a stream, but 1 second. We're skipping this song. It's it's for New Year's. There we go. Yeah, Wings Club. There was a lot of things like 4Kids just had this awful reputation, but like One Piece, I feel, was the real catalyst to just point of no redemption. And I've listened
to One Piece was okay.
Yeah, there's a lot wrong with it, and the people who worked on it will openly admit to it. There was one interview I was listening to on One Piece podcast, or not One Piece podcast, 4Kids Flashback. And the person who was talking said at one point they knew the fan backlash was so bad, they were basically ripping off the Viz manga. Like episode titles and dialogue and all. And basing it on that, and people still hated it. Because like if you compare side by side some of the episodes and the early Viz content, yeah, 4Kids was, I don't want to say this, but also it's true, kind of ripping off the Viz manga's dialogue, but it was
I've never
just
read the manga, so I can't really vouch for that.
Yeah, well, I do every week now, but aired Bratz. Yeah, they did, because I was looking at the ratings, what limited info there is on the Nielsen ratings, and I saw Bratz, and I'm like, oh yeah, that was a thing a long time ago. Yeah, Zolo Time to Golo. I have, for those who don't know, I have watched the entire 4Kids dub. Literally the entire thing.
Yep.
Because I run my panel One Piece according to 4Kids that I have run since 2012 and is my child. That is my baby. It is now a teenager.
By the way, Bellamere died in the 4Kids dub as well. It's just how they died. It's just how she died that's different, obviously. Mm-hmm.
Yep. It was...
Also, Lagoon technically is in the 4Kids dub, but again, who he appears is different.
Yeah.
But speaking of the 4Kids dub, someone made a two-part video series. Well, it's 2 parts now about what if 4Kids continue dubbing One Piece. Currently, yeah. They've gone up to the time skip so far. I posted in HalKozy server.
Yeah. I have yet to watch those, but I am
They're
interested
pretty
because
entertaining.
at the end of my panel, what I always show, I show two things. I show the updated pirate rap by Sean Conrad, and then I'll show there was an old video before Funimation even dubbed this part
Yep.
of Frankie
We
fighting
are-
Nero from CP9. And
Oh, that's right. I thought you were.
it's so good. It's so accurate to what 4Kids does. All the goofy puns, all the music, Frankie being edited to have shorts on. It's so good. And people love it every time I show it.
I need to see that panel someday.
Hey, Pedro. Yeah, I just
Hi,
showed
Pedro.
it privately to Ashley, who's seen it in person, but also our friend who we're watching One Piece with together, because we're far enough along where I don't have to skip much for spoilers, because we're past all the 4Kids content, we're past all the early Funimation stuff with Skypiea.
I'm almost done with like Water 7. I've got like a few more episodes to go before I can start Thriller Before I can start the
We're getting there on
Thriller Bar-
Water
Thriller
on Ennie's Lobby. We got through a lot of the big emotional beats. We're not to the finale of Ennie's Lobby. It's just I'm watching it and just remembering watching it in college. And I'm sitting here like everything really was perfectly set up for that arc to happen. And I think as far as like current One Piece, the closest we have to an emotional arc like that was Whole Cake Island, which was so good. I loved Whole Cake Island.
Oh, cool.
It is in my top 5.
Monokuma? That's actually really cool. I had a notebook for every time Queen Wasabi Mizuka took over a role for Nobio Oyama. I have 2 nipples. Which isn't a
That's
lot.
funny because you have to remember Tadako. The late Tadako voiced Monokuma for a while, and she was Maruko-chan. That's so funny. Urusei Yatsura Part 3? No. What are we going to talk about? The dub got canceled? It's like we have nothing to talk about.
Yeah, nothing.
It's like we cover, like it would be a 5-minute video. And I'd want Avi on it. Avi and I were talking on the 30th because I was watching every year. I watch 2 Halloween specials. I watch It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, and I watch Garfield's Halloween Adventure. And Avi, as you know, is the biggest is one of the biggest Garfield fans.
Yeah.
He's the biggest Garfield fan I know personally. So I'll see you, Vaporeon. So I sent him that, and we were talking a bit. We were talking about at work. We had a big decorating contest, and it was fun. I didn't work. I basically worked 2 hours on Thursday, and the rest of the day I was paid to eat candy.
That sounds like fun.
It was. It's like, wow, one of the few good things about coming to the office is doing parties. I did hear about Super Sentai quote unquote ending.
Interesting.
But anyways, where was I? Yeah, One Piece. Whole Cake Island was such a good arc. I part of me thinks it doesn't get talked about enough. Did it hit the same beats for me as Ennie's Lobby? No, but it did hit me. Just getting Sanji's true backstory, and I was telling my mom about it because we got to that part in the Netflix series, the live action show. And for a long time, that's all we knew about Sanji was his time with Zeph. We didn't know about his messed up childhood.
I wonder what Sanji's family would sound like in the 4Kids dub. Would they have Brooklyn accents too, or?
Good question. or they could go. I could see Judge having like a goofy Italian or German accent, and it would make sense for Sanji to pick up a Brooklyn accent from Zeph.
Yeah, that would.
Yeah, God, it just. If any of you have seen this arc, you know what I'm talking about. I read it when it was brand new. I was on a call at one point during the part where they were talking about Sanji's childhood, and I remember screaming on the call, I hate this manga, because it was so sad what happened to Sanji in his childhood. Oh yeah, Spanish Carne with that racist ass Cheech Marin impersonation by Sean Schemmel.
Has that actually been confirmed to be Sean, or
It sounds like him. It sounds like if King Kai was doing a Cheech impersonation. It does sound like, yeah, it went to Doraemon to Maruko to Doraemon. Yeah, it did. I think that's funny. Next time I do my Danganronpa panel, I'll have to bring that up, because yeah, they're doing Danganronpa 2x2, which, by the way, if you guys didn't know, I did react to that on stream because I was on Firearm stream. And like when the image of the island came up and it said killer, I'm like, oh, Danganronpa 2 HD. I said it as a joke, and then it turned out to be, and I'm like, I was joking. God.
One Piece has some really good openings too.
Oh my God. Hands up.
The Cup's a good recent one.
Oh, hands up. That was like my last one where I'm like, I'm gonna listen to this again and again and again.
Like,
Koichi Yamada, he voiced all of them? Oh, I didn't know that.
Even the 4Kids version, Kids opening.
I didn't know he voiced all the Mono Cubs, because in the dub they're all voiced by different actors, and whereas the Japanese version of V3 had a bunch of people who have never been in the series except for the stage plays at best. The English dub brought back people who were in previous games. I don't know, maybe we'll cover Danganronpa one of these days. I just don't know when. It's not really, I've had one request for it. Next Conan Netflix dub batch.
I've seen half of it so far, like the first 5 episodes in the new batch. I'm not finished yet.
I haven't
and part
watched.
of that because I had work.
Yeah, I haven't watched any of it.
It's good. Yeah.
I know. There's a little teensy bit of interest in me covering Detective Conan, just a little bit. I don't know. Yeah.
That's gonna take up a lot of our. Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if it took a whole year to do a series of Conan videos.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either. It's part of why I'm not looking forward to it. Like, yes, it's going to be very interesting, and it's going to be a little nostalgic because I watched that show in college. But oh my God.
How much time has to pass before I can call stuff, and before I can consider myself nostalgic for something? Because
man, I was saying this today. I can't believe lockdowns were 5 years ago, and the only thing I'm nostalgic for was how much I streamed during that, because I was streaming 3 times a week on Twitch.
I'm kind of nostalgic for watching the 4Kids dub of One Piece. I really want to watch it again.
I am too, just because that was my first panel. I was watching that dub so I could work on my panel. I bought all the DVDs except one because a warehouse was having a clearance. I ripped all the DVDs. I learned how to do that. I learned a lot.
I have one of the 4Kids DVDs. I need to get the other 10.
I could easily sell my sealed ones and make $1,000, but I'm not going to because I love them. No, I have a lot of nostalgia for One Piece in general, because I started watching in March of 2011. I was like just starting college basically, and oh my gosh, I fell in love with it right away. A friend convinced me to continue even though it was 500 episodes, and like episode 2 is what sold me on the show. And I listened back to the old. I watched the old episodes. I watched listened to the old openings and endings. And I just remember just like early One Piece had a magic to it that current One Piece does not have. Current One Piece has the spirit of One Piece. It's just it's its own thing now.
Yeah.
A lot of it is
Speaking of
grimmer and
current
darker.
One Piece, they're doing 26 episodes a year now instead of
Yep.
year round.
Finally, because the pacing has been so bad since the time skip, more or less. The pacing was bad for a while, but like post time skips when it became really.
Are gonna be hell to get through.
Dressrosa was the worst.
Wano's much longer.
How is the music in current One Piece? It's the same. They keep the same soundtrack. So whenever I watch new episodes, I feel a little nostalgic when I hear a lot of the classic tunes. And then also they'll add in new ones every time there's a new movie. And I know they were using the Mori Calliope song she did for One Piece for the Dive into the Sea of Research or whatever it's called. The segment with Lilith and Edison, where they talk about a character on the show. In the background, you hear Mori's music.
Oh yeah, Pokemon and Detective Conan did a musical crossover thing in the Arab world.
Huh.
I heard
Interesting.
about that.
That's wild.
I've never seen a musical myself, and I
Yeah.
don't really have any plans to.
Yeah. No. Current One Piece still uses the old soundtrack for whether you like it or not. It's what Toei's doing, and I'm happy with it. I love the One Piece soundtrack, especially when they add new music to it. Like, okay, it's not really a spoiler anymore. When Joy Boy first shows up, and there's a whole remix of one of the songs in the show, and it's really hype. Yeah. God, there's so much I love about One Piece. It's like, so there's a reason I've been watching and reading it for almost my entire adult life. It's a long time, and it's like, yeah, it took my mom watching the Netflix show to understand why I fell in love with the story, characters, and world.
One Piece is just one show overall.
Yeah, it has kind of everything. It's funny as hell. It's tragic. There's a lot of mystery to it. There's a lot of mysteries we still don't know about. I think we're getting a chapter on Sunday. I think Oda's feeling better.
I hope he is.
Yeah, I hope so. Oh my god, I got a new comment on the Parappa video. I just got a notif about it. Yeah. to drive the point home, people are still watching the Parappa video, and people are still commenting what their favorite song is. I don't know, that makes me really happy, because the Parappa music's really fun. But anyways, I was gonna look up something just really quick while I was thinking about it. So I was talking about One Piece. Yeah, if there's gonna be a new chapter on Sunday.
Blue Baron, that is actually a good question.
Yep, it'll be Sunday. Oh yeah, don't forget, Fall Back for my fellow Americans. Fall Back is tonight at 2 a.m.
Daylight savings time.
Yeah, to see the Brazilian
Means I get an
Portuguese
extra hour
dubs.
of sleep.
Yeah. God, I remember when I started playing Parappa 2 a few years ago, and I heard Toasty Buns, and I'm like, this instrumental goes so hard. And it's such a silly song.
The best focus in time from all around. People from around the world come and get it. The line goes around like a merry-go-round.
And it's a great tutorial stage. It's like, I really like, I like the silly German accent. I like the The background, the instrumental, the lyrics are funny because they're not great. The guy who sang it openly says they're pretty bad lyrics, but it's like they're kind of dorky and it's fun. God, Unje Lamy was a nightmare to play. I like barely scraped by in the final stage. Just a fun fact behind the scenes. Because Rodney Greenblatt openly said they way overcorrected on the difficulty because people said how easy Parappa 1 is, and there's like, okay, bet, and they made Unje Lamy super hard, and then Parappa 2 was a happy medium.
Perfectly balanced.
As all things should be. I loved Parappa 2. I beat it in a sitting. It's a pretty easy game to figure out. It was fun. Like I said, best instrumentals in the series, partially because it was on the PS2, but I had watched 4Kids' Magical Doremi dub for a while. Finding Ojama Majo Doremi interesting. Kula Toyo's updated the dub. Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. We love media preservation, even the dubs that suck.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Savior, you finally talked.
Still here. I just have no. Sometimes I get lost of what I want to say, but I do want to.
Yeah, I feel that.
Xavier, you are very quiet, bud.
Thanks, everyone. So I actually.
Xavier, what is your address? I will send you a microphone for Christmas.
I can't say it out loud.
Oh man, not in front of all these
DM.
people.
Maybe DM it to them.
I was gonna say, yeah, I can, yeah, because I can barely hear you. I think I have you turned up. Yeah, I have you turned all the way up, and you sound very, very quiet.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Okay, I can hear you fine now. You sound good now.
Yes, I'm actually using this microphone that I've had since whenever. No, sometime probably after 2019. I've been using this microphone, well, when I was still taking my taking U.S. history during lockdown.
Dang.
Those were the days.
I am so glad I didn't have school of any kind by the time lockdowns happened. I couldn't imagine being a high schooler during lockdowns. God, I'd be miserable.
Oh.
On the bright side, though, at least I passed history that time.
That's cool.
Oh my gosh. Sorry, Ashley Yume sent me something.
Oh yeah, I'm actually doing. Sorry, continue.
No, that was it. I was just looking. It was something One Piece related. Ashley sent me, and I was just smiling. It's something great. But, anyways.
So today went well. Today went well at my location. Third day on the job, and I'm loving the location.
Good. Good to hear.
Good.
Yeah.
Stay winning.
Matter? Oh. I quite didn't catch that. Oh.
Yeah. The problem is it's the big 2025, and we all know of the original Japanese. I mean, that didn't stop them from redubbing Sailor Moon 11 years ago.
Yeah.
God, I feel old. I watched the Hulu event when they were debuting the new dub. They had this whole big thing.
How many episodes did they stream?
That day 4.
Huh.
That was a lot of fun. That was fun to watch. They like the little in between bits with commentary, and everyone's all ready to watch the new dub. And
I still need to watch the uncut versions. of the 4 Kids One Piece episodes.
Yeah, watch Little Garden. It's gonna be important, especially when you get to recent stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am familiar with what 4 Kids cut out, partially because mainly because I spoiled myself on pretty much everything up to the latest, up to like Egghead.
Well, okay. Well, that means you're not on the manga stuff because the recent chapters.
Thank you, Grandline Review, for Sagas in Minutes. I really want to see. I'm hoping one day that comes. Hey, that series of his comes back and finishes covering the Wano arc.
Yeah, Wano. I know
The
people love
longest
Wano.
arc in all of One Piece.
I know people love Wano. I had a different experience because I was reading week to week. I didn't like Wano that much. There's so many arcs where it's like the best part of it was the flashback. Wano was one of those arcs. The Roger / Oden flashback. Oh my god, it was peak. It was so good.
Wano went on through pretty much a good chunk of my high school years, like from my junior year to way past my senior year.
Yeah, it took its time.
Way past my senior year.
Oda split it into acts, and Act 3 went on and on and on, and I was in love with the Roger flashback. I know people were tired of it, but I was a little behind on it by that point.
Yeah.
But I like kind of blew through it. But oh my god, it was so good. Just
I remember seeing those episodes come out, and I was in like my junior year of high school.
yeah, it was so good. It was seeing Roger, who he really was, because he was this imposing, mysterious figure for pretty much the entire show up until about Marineford, where we saw him in flashbacks a little bit, and we see he's a little eccentric. And then now we see, oh yeah, he really is just an adult Luffy. And we've seen that again in recent manga chapters in a brief flashback. He really is like, because we got glimpses of that in Logtown. And then we got just glimpses here and there where it was very apparent the parallels. And now it's just like, oh yeah, he is definitely adult Luffy, basically. Yeah, Roger's so cool, and I love we see his crew as we go. We see Silver's Rayleigh. I love Rayleigh, but I also love mentor type characters, dad characters, mentor characters. It's why I like Whitebeard and Roger and those kinds of characters. Jinbei, because I say this in one of my One Piece panels. Jinbei is the dad of the crew. Like an Egghead, they get new outfits, and he's rocking a Hawaiian shirt, and I'm like, that is the most dad outfit I've ever seen him in. So yeah, I like characters like that, and I don't want to. We do see more of Roger's crew in more recent material. I won't say much, but I really like what we see. Yeah, Egghead. I liked the Egghead arc a lot. I didn't like the discourse on social media that comes with every goddamn arc of One Piece with power scalers. Sanji deflecting a beam through the power of love, and it just drove people insane. Power scaling is a very recent phenomenon in the One Piece community. I promise you it was not like this 10 years ago. I was there 10 years ago. We didn't really give a shit. So, I don't know. I don't really communicate with the One Piece community because I feel it's too big and I feel like the collective IQ of the community has halved because of all the factions and all that. But good thing I found a magic bullet. Oh, speaking of One Piece, hi Ashley. So yeah, I really liked Egghead. I know a lot of people weren't crazy about the speech, if you know what I mean. because a lot of it was info we, the audience, knew, but other characters in the story did not. And then you had the big plot revelation that I think that people who watch the anime have now seen. I won't say what it is, but like, you hear that one line and everything you know about One Piece is completely different. Like, I'm looking back at One Piece and everything is recontextualized, and I love that. I have not been watching the new season of My Hero. I dropped the manga in the final saga. I did watch the last episode, or I read the last chapter when it dropped, because I was at Otakon when the last chapter dropped, and I really like how it ended. I like, because I also know how the final fight went, and I'm like,
see, the last season is really good.
That's what everyone's been saying.
People who did, yeah, it's the same people who did the first opening of My Hero Academia.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like it.
Yeah, pornography. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I know them from Full Metal Alchemist.
That's fair. That's kind of how I know them too. Was Full Metal.
Yeah. I know the anime is going to fix the painful pacing issues of the manga. Usually it's the other way around, that the manga is better paced than the anime, but because of the way the finale of My Hero was done, and Horikoshi being constantly sick, the chat, it was such a slog. I actually dropped the manga. I caught up with the manga back in like 2017, 2018. I read it week to week. It was too much. It was so painful. He was making choices with the story on top of all that. And I'm like, nah. I really liked My Hero to that point. It was so good, and I don't know how it feels like he had all these big ideas he wanted to squeeze in and just didn't, and it should have been saved for whatever he does next. I know he's a big comic book nerd. It's very apparent in the manga that he is, and I love that, but oh my god, it's just he dropped the ball so hard. It actually broke my heart, because I love My Hero, but yeah. I do like how
there's one of the early episodes of the new season, we get a flashback of All Might reading Anpanman. Kind of sweet that was his inspiration to be a hero, was Anpanman. Speaking of, also, some of you who in the chat are talking about Macross and Robotech. That reminds me, I still need to finish Robotech.
I've never seen any of it. I know Nikki is really into it and will go on a 15-minute rant if you call it Robotech or mention anything adjacent to Robotech. I'm expecting Nikki to jump in at any minute.
Gold.
Yeah, Nikki will go off on a tangent, but Nikki tends to do that, to be fair. But yeah, that's like my knowledge of Robotech. I know how it was made, and I know why it was made the way it was. I know the series that it is a amalgamation of.
Yeah, I still need to finish Robotech. I really want to see the ADV dub of Macross.
Who is pinging me? Yeah, there's a lot of shows I want to watch at some point, but like, I'm really not watching anything right now. I think I read a blog, Carl Masik's Japan aren't that great storytellers. Why does that not surprise me? I need a source on that, but oh yeah, it was bad. I know about the drama. Yeah, I did hear about that too. I thought that was really cool.
Actually really cool.
Yeah, I thought that was awesome. Extended version of the ending included in the volume. Fixes some problems that people. Okay. Interesting. It is a topic with which I am not entirely familiar, so I can't speak too much on it. So, but I do know the name Carl Macek, the old trope massacre.
Yeah, I remember thinking it was pronounced Carl Makek, and then I watched Hal's Otoro videos, I think it was, and Hal pronounced it as Macek.
I'm pretty sure that's how it's said, because
the whole time.
Because the trope is spelled, it's like massacre, like massacre.
Yeah.
It could be Masek. I don't know. I haven't heard anyone say I did it wrong, because you guys tend to do that. So, yeah.
Macacker sounds like the name. Macacker sounds like a kind of a fish.
Like a mackerel.
Holy macacker!
Yeah, old internet discourse. It looks so tame compared to what happens now. I did see that. I did see
that's correct, Pedro.
Season 3. We were all very, very excited about it. Yeah, we're all really excited about it. I loved seasons 1 and 2. I don't remember the last time I watched an anime that made me laugh so hard. Maybe Sakamoto. Haven't heard of Sakamoto. I think that might have been the last time I laughed so hard at an anime. But God, I mean, I was going to watch it anyway because the name was so funny, but one of my good friends has been keeping up with the manga since way before the anime came out, and he was excited as hell and was selling me on the show, and I watched it and loved it. Oh yeah, no, Voltron was never nearly as controversial. Even the I know the drama that happened with the Netflix show, that's for sure. Oh, the fandom was bad. The fandom was bad. The fandom overtook convention artist alleys at some point, because every booth had something Voltron. It was wild to me, but yeah, I
watched the original Voltron and the Netflix show, and I also watched the shows that were used to make Voltron, and they're alright. I liked Go Lion. Dairugger was okay. It wasn't as good as Go Lion, but I loved the opening and ending themes for Dairugger. Those were really cool.
I think part of the reason Voltron wasn't as controversial as Robotech was because people thought it was really good and didn't care. I think that was part of why it was never as contested, and also I don't think there was as much drama behind the scenes.
Like,
some of those old anime that good for TV tropes, Japan didn't care for Southern Cross. I can't, again, something I can't speak to.
I heard, yeah, I think I heard, I think from TV tropes that Robotech got a Japanese dub. But I can't really find anything on that. But apparently, Japan really liked Robotech's version of Southern Cross better than the original. I mean, I heard a little bit on. I heard about it with Southern Cross being canceled, and I think a little bit on how it ends, and it feels like. I feel like the way I think Robotech made it work the way... I feel like Robotech made the ending work better with their version than it did in Japan.
Interesting.
I haven't even finished the Southern Cross portion of Robotech, which is called the Master Saga. I still need to finish Robotech. That would be really cool. I'd love it.
Yeah.
And Macross, here we come.
Yeah, I don't have strong feelings about any of it. I'm not really into mech stuff. Power Ranger series, the Americanized version. I think I heard about that. The Americanized versions also got Japanese dubs.
I actually heard about that from Turbo Fair, actually, because he did a video on that.
Oh. Oh yeah. If they're gonna do any of them, it'd be Mighty Morphin. Because yeah, my brother was all about Mighty Morphin Power Rangers when we were kids. He also, he liked the old Ninja Turtles because we would rent those tapes from Blockbuster a long time ago.
Blockbuster.
Internationally, than they were in the home country. I mean, Ultimate Muscle was. I couldn't find a good source on it bombing in Japan. But I did see Shimada, who is one of the mangaka, mention that the anime didn't do that well in Japan, whereas in America it was doing pretty well. But that's all stuff for the for the video.
Yeah,
it's an interesting story. Yeah, the more I consumed Kinnikuman content, the more I fell in love with the series. It's so fun.
Yeah,
I liked you see you see the birth of tropes that are still used to this day, and and the show is funny because like it added a lot of gags that weren't in the manga, and it's so funny. Just it's not afraid to be a cartoon. All the same, it's not afraid to have character drama. I think Kinnikuman did character drama very well. And like the respect gained through combat was a thing, like with Buffalo Man. I like I know a lot of the designs are pretty racist, but like some of the designs are amusing or cool. Like Warsman looks awesome, Sunshine looks awesome, Terry Man is my goat. Love Terry Man. Oh yeah, I mentioned this to a few people, but like my brother came back from Japan recently and got me a random Kinkeshi he found because he knew I was working on the Kinnikuman video. And his buddy who he went with loves Kinnikuman. He was doing a reread of the manga on the plane there. But by sheer coincidence, the Kinkeshi he got me was one of meat, and it's one I have a muscle of. So I finally have a side-by-side comparison. So, yay! Yeah, power of friendship.
Hey, watch it, kid. If you use profanity, they'll send you packing off of this planet. Why didn't you say so, you son of a... Enough. Fuck you.
Yep, that is correct. A lot of the Chojin were by kids. By kids, for kids.
Yeah.
It was...
By kids, for kids.
I had that in the script. I'm like, it sounds cheesy. And then Bash brought it up, and I'm like, okay, you know what? I'll put it back in. It's funny.
Yeah.
I ended up kind of doing bookends with that. I don't want to elaborate too much on it, but there is, I did a kind of a bookends joke with that part of the video. Yeah, I'm happy that I thought of the idea the way it was played out, because it's about the same time in the video towards the end of that section. Yeah, one piece of crap. I remember that.
Then didn't one of the people involved with that get in some trouble?
For muscle?
Yeah. Oh, not that. The one piece of crap.
Yep. For one piece of crap.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Kind of makes me sad because this person was a fan of the channel. We exchanged DMs at one point.
Really sucks to you.
Yeah, really, but people are weird.
Like
just gives me a headache.
You know.
Yes, Panda Man was designed for a Chojin contest for a book, not the main series, but a book, and didn't get picked. So, Panda Man's one appearance was in the GameCube game, and he's an unlockable wrestler. And oh my god, I was so excited I got to talk about One Piece in this video. Yeah. Yeah, he was an evil Chojin and had a whole backstory and blah, blah, blah. You can look it up on the One Piece wiki. It's a funny ass character. Especially when you learn more about Panda Man having a backstory within the world of One Piece. And he has a bounty and it's a pun. I always love when Panda Man shows up in the background, because it's always he's a pirate, he's a marine, he's a townsperson, he's randomly showing up in an audience. It's always funny. Animated children and families anymore. I mean, Doraemon still exists, as does Maruko-chan and Sazai-san. Those are definitely family oriented. It's just people don't talk about the family oriented stuff anymore. It does exist. Yep, he's voiced by Mahito Oba, the narrator.
And he took over for Smoker early on in the anime.
Yeah, he does a good job. That's the voice I'm more familiar with Smoker in Japanese. He does a great job. Yeah, it's just there's no real market, because Maruko-chan, at least for a time, was streaming on Crunchyroll with English subtitles, and I don't think it's still going, but I thought that was interesting. For a time it was going on, and there was like the announcement had said there was a dub that was like TBA, and a dub never materialized.
Yeah.
So it's too bad. I love Maruko-chan. It's such a great show. Shonen has eaten the American anime demographic. You're not wrong. I really hope this was satire, but someone responded to someone making a Mount Rushmore of anime, and they had Chainsaw Man, My Hero, Jujutsu Kaisen, and someone quote retweeted and ratioed them with something like the "I started anime 3 weeks ago" Mount Rushmore. It was something like that, and it was really funny.
Oh,
Yeah.
I remember.
What is it?
Sorry, I remember.
Yeah, it was. I'm posting on Twitter more just so I have social media presence of some kind. I don't really check my timeline. It's just stuff I'm linked to, and then I check a few very specific accounts like Criminal Simpsons and my friends in real life. But yeah, because I don't need to see all the junk on the timeline. Which Doraemon, Sazai-san, Chibi, Maruko-chan. Where's Astro Boy?
Yeah, Astro Boy freaking started it all.
Astro Boy was the first serialized anime, at least. Well, not the first
really
anime
fun
period,
video.
but the first one to really establish what anime is. But Doraemon, Sazai-san, for sure. Yeah, Sazai-san is the longest running animated TV show ever. I think that's amazing. That people, and the thing is, people still love it. People will watch it every single week. Astro Boy would be its own platinum statue on top. Damn right it would.
I bet.
Astro Boy. And doing an Astro Boy video would be fun, just really frustrating.
I'd probably make it like multiple videos.
Oh, it
one
will.
covering the 60s anime, one covering the 80s, one covering the thousands.
Yeah.
Pluto.
Yeah, I think it would be really interesting. It would just have to be multiple videos.
Yeah.
I would love to.
For some reason, Astro Boy, the 60s anime, only has a few episodes subtitled in English, and out of those episodes, only one of them was never brought to the US. Can you guess which episode that is?
Probably the infamous dog one.
Nope. The last episode.
Really?
The last episode. The only one of the bunch of episodes that were subtitled for the US. Out of all those, the only one that wasn't previously released was 193.
That's
Really
wild.
sucks. I really want to see the whole series, including the undubbed episodes. But
Yeah.
I don't know Japanese, so
It's fun to watch the
I do
old
know
Astro
someone
Boy.
who
It's
does,
just
but
kind of a slog
I mean-
because of the time period of people. It's the first truly serialized anime. Yeah, I've heard of Sally the Witch.
amazing what you can fit into 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's just, the pacing was really slow, and there are a lot of gags in it, and some of them are fun, but some of them kind of overstay their welcome.
It's certainly a product of its time.
Yeah, but it's still classic.
Speed Racer was really fun to watch, though.
Speed Racer's
That
fun.
one's another product of its time, but I really enjoyed watching it.
Yeah, Speed Racer's a fun one.
I really want to
watched
rewatch it.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of each Astro Boy anime circa 2016. This was years and years ago. Thing I see is animators seems to cherry pick what they like the most of what they see on American TV. I mean, that's what it was for dubs for a long time. It was just like, if it wasn't Cowboy Bebop or Full Metal Alchemist, it wasn't a good dub. Was kind of more or less the sentiment.
I hate dubs, except this one.
Yeah, it's true though. The sentiment has changed now. A lot of people are watching dub because they will watch anime in the background more than ever. And that's just how it feels anyway. It's just like dubs are bigger than they've, I think, ever been. So, but that's my observation of it. Which is why I wish there was a dub of the new Kinnikuman anime, because that's how you spread hype. Is you can have dub actors talk about it. Oh, so and so is in this. Oh man, that's gotta check
really
this out.
Cool
Then
if they even got the Ultimate Muscle cast back on it.
at least some of them.
That'd be really cool. Eric Stewart, Ted Lewis, and Mike Pollock are
Yeah,
the three ones that come to mind. It'd be really cool if they got to come back as a Nikuman, Terry Man, Meat.
I think
and
we
Mad
need a different
Metaphor and
voice.
Dog Knock, I don't know if they ever.
I think we need a different voice for Kinnikuman, because if you listen to the PS2 and GameCube games, Eric Stewart plays Kinnikuman in two very different ways. One of them is more serious and one of them is goofier. And I think we could use a different actor for Kinnikuman himself. Plus you have the old man voice, which makes sense why he would use that for Ultimate Muscle itself. I'd also like someone with a legit Texan accent to play Terry Man, because they're
fair.
using shitty accents in the 4Kids dub, just generic Southern accents and just a bunch of generic or bad accents.
Imagine if the latest Kinnikuman anime got dubbed by Sentai Filmworks.
Oh my god. Yeah, I think it's perfect for Netflix. It's perfect for the studio they use, because they have access to all of those actors from all over the place. I would love to see a modern dub. Hey Donnie, how's it going?
Hey Donnie.
Yeah, I did see Gintama got more episodes with the Miami dub. Yeah.
And a spinoff.
Yeah.
Called Ginpachi Sensei.
Yeah. Yeah, and good for Gintama. That's a series that deserves a bigger audience than what it has. One of the many series that is like that. I mean, Gazelle Man doesn't even show up in the new Kinnikuman anime, because that's specifically Nisei.
Yeah.
Was Seiyuchin and Gazelle Man, so on and so forth. Whereas the subs for the new anime keep the terminology that's used in the Japanese version. Because they don't call it the Chojin Olympics anymore, period. Even in Japanese. They call it the World Cup, I want to say, the Chojin World Cup.
Grand Prix.
In
Chojin World Grand Prix or
in
something.
Ultimate Muscle, or in Kinnikuman Nisei, it was a Grand Prix, I want to say. But I know they've stopped calling it the Olympics a while ago for obvious reasons. Don't want to step on the toes of the Olympics committee. So yeah, no, burning. It's not Ultimate Muscle. It's Burning Inner Strength. It's not Butt Buster. I know they changed that early on, but it is the Kinniku Buster. I would love to see a dub of the new anime. It'd be so cool.
Yeah.
Just get this thing an audience. There is an audience for this. Like, on the other hand, I know a lot of people see things in very black and white. Like, yes, there's some offensive ass designs. If you watch the old stuff, especially, Amazon Man is very racist. Obviously, Brocken Man is very inappropriate. But it's like, it was never okay, but also it was a product of its time. Like I said, that to make it clear, that doesn't make it okay, but all the same, it was a product of its time. I think there's a big difference between that and something glorifying the stereotypes, if that makes sense. Like old Looney Tunes cartoons. You had the really, really bad stereotypes. Would most Japanese folks even know? I do talk about this in the video. I know I'm going to get complaints, but it's like a lot of the stereotypes they got were from stereotypes in imported media from places like America. They don't know about, the different cultures. Because, yeah, but like, I cannot stress this enough. That doesn't make it okay. I'm just making an observation. Yeah. And I feel like that's the fairest take I could give on it. Because I do talk about Brocken Man and Brocken Jr.
Yeah.
A little bit. Well, okay, the offensive parts I talk about early on, and then I talk about, well, Brocken Jr. shows up in Nisei, and he's
Less offensive?
way less offensive. Way less offensive. They redesigned him for Scramble for the Throne, and then kind of kept that kind of normal soldier look. He's watching. Yeah, I'm not. I phrased it in a way that would offend the least amount of people. It's not going to be completely inoffensive. People are going to come in the comments saying I'm liberal or conservative, and I'm like, I'm just trying to be fair about what I'm saying, because there's another part of the video that's the same way. I'm like, what's the way I can say this that's going to offend the least amount of people? And so I do my best. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I feel
You can't
there's
please everybody. It's
yeah,
just
there's
the
a
way it
deeper
goes, unfortunately.
there's nuance to these kinds of discussions that can be had and just aren't. So that's my take on it. Because the other thing I talk about is casting today. Characters of certain racial backgrounds or nationalities are cast using actors of that background, nationality, whatever you want to say. And that wasn't the case in 2002. So it's you have a lot of racist, let's not beat around the bush, racist voices, but that was industry standard in 2002. Yeah, product of its time. They were just a bunch of New York actors being told to do all these voices for all these goofy characters. So Half Laboratory in these times, everything is offensive to you're not wrong. I don't go on social media partially for that reason. Yeah, they had a small pool of actors because dubbing is a skill. And if you had that skill down, they wanted you back. Yeah, HAL Laboratory, yep. I try to be fair. It's hard because Tokyo Godfathers was difficult too. I talked to a bunch of trans friends about how do I approach this topic? How do I make this as inoffensive as possible? I still got people complaining about it, yelling at me in the comments, but I tried to be really fair about it. Yeah, So it's just the way it is. Just the way the internet is, how people are. But I do enjoy some degree of touching on things like that. I think it is interesting, and I think it would be very interesting from that standpoint, seeing Kinnikuman get a new dub, and you could have someone from Texas voice Terry Man. You could have someone who's of Chinese background voice Ramen Man. You could have
like KG Tang.
Yeah, I think he'd be fantastic as Ramen Man. I think he'd be great. Just the possibilities are endless, and you wouldn't have 7 actors voicing 100 characters. You know, you have Wayne Grayson voicing all sorts of people.
Yeah.
God, I just it feels like a missed opportunity.
By the way, yeah, if I remember correctly, Robin Fab from Milli Vanilli, they actually voiced themselves in that episode. At least.
Dang. I did not know that.
Attributed as such. Or at least they're attributed as such.
Have Little Kariba voice Robin Mask.
That'd be funny.
That would be really funny.
Probably do so.
J. Michael Tatum would be a good choice for Terry Man. I don't. Can he do? Does he have a native like Texas accent? Because some actors just straight up do, and they'll suppress it when they're doing anime. So the possibilities for this would be dub are so wide.
Yeah, you could even be bi-coastal like Shaman King, or Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens even, which actors from Texas on board, as well as New York and LA actors.
Troy Baker doesn't really do anime anymore. He's all about big video games and cartoons.
And stuff. I mean, he's done
Matt Mercer is
he's done more recent anime stuff occasionally, like Baki or Code Geass, The Lucia of the Resurrection. Those are the big ones I could think of at the top of my head.
Yeah,
If by some fucking miracle Funimation got one last go around at Detective Conan, and I'd want them to dub the movie 13 The Raven Chaser and see Troy Baker come back as as Jin. Sorry. And sadly, they are going to have to recast Dr. Agasa, or Agasa as he's pronounced in that dub, because Bill Flynn is dead. Rest in peace, Bill Flynn.
Rest in peace, Bill. God, what a voice. Like, he didn't voice a ton of characters, but the ones he did voice, people remember.
Yeah.
Matt Mercer became the unofficially official Troy Baker replacement. When you had to replace Troy Baker, you just went with Matt Mercer because they sound close enough. or they can sound close enough, I should say. Like, yeah, Matt Mercer would probably be good as some characters in Perfect Origin. Yeah, it's just there's such a big pool of actors now, and there's so many different people of different backgrounds. I hope Shimada has a change of heart and agrees to do a dub, because I would love to see that. Yeah, Alexis Tipton and Laura Bailey, yeah. Just looking at all these, still does unionized dubs like Sakamoto Days. I've never met Matt Mercer. I was in the same room as him one time, because John Swayze had an autograph session, and
right next to him.
Yeah, and Matt was right next to him, and Matt's line was substantially longer. So I thought that was funny. I didn't really know him for anything, but that was before. I think that was before he was Trafalgar Law.
For Jotaro and Levi. Attack on.
Yep.
From JoJo and Attack on Titan.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's cool. I think he's a cool guy, just from what I've seen of him on like social media. And that Kid Cosmic was my first exposure to Amanda C. Miller before I found out she was Sailor Jupiter in the Viz Sailor Moon dub. Well, now she's going by Bennett Abera. She has a new stage name, but
Bennett Abara.
Abara, okay. I thought I heard her in a video. I thought I heard her in a video say Abera, but correct me if I'm wrong, Chad. Because she was explaining, she's like, "Oh, I'm not having an identity crisis. There's more than one Amanda Miller, and she would get booked and it'd be confusing. So she's just like, you know what? Because I'm extra, I'm not gonna just change my first name. I'll change my last name." But she said if you see her at a con, she's not gonna complain if you call her Amanda.
Yeah, my first exposure to, what was her name? Bennett or
Bennett.
Yeah, Bennett. My first exposure to Bennett Abara was Boruto.
I want to say mine was Squid Girl. Yeah, that sounds right. I want to say Squid Girl. But now going forward, I have to. I'm gonna joke about it because she seems really chill about it. I'm gonna say the artist formerly known as Amanda C. Miller.
That's
because if it was an identity change like with Jesse James Greeley, that's different. But this is like a stage name for logistical reasons, not for identity reasons. So I'm willing to be more lighthearted about it. So yeah, I've met Amanda one time.
Jesse's such a great actress.
Yeah, I want to do an episode where I have I even talked about here? I'm pulling up my list. Nope.
I know he's
never had a voice actor
talk
profile.
About her and Gurren Lagann.
Yeah,
she was Simon, or Simon as they pronounced it.
Yeah, Toriko. That's like the first. I hate to say that's the first role I think of. Danganronpa, because she was Byakuya for the anime, and gosh, those are like the three main things I think of. Oh yeah, Tokogami in My Hero.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Amanda, I know I've brought up. Yeah, 2 times. Squid Girl and K-On! And Armin from AO2. Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Very true. There's a lot of voice actors I've yet to cover and I want to. I know the meme is Bryce Papenbrook is in everything. I've never once given him a voice actor profile. I'm just haven't really covered projects in which he has a major role. It's just how it played out. It's just funny to me.
Bryce Papenbrook's a good actor too.
I've met him once. He's great. Yeah. Sorry, responding to a text. Yeah, I don't even think I've covered his dad, Bob.
Yeah, rest in
Nope.
peace, Bob Pappenbrook.
Yeah, rest in peace, Bob. I mean, I'll have to if I ever do like Beautiful Joe, because that was his final role. He passed away while that was in production, the anime.
I thought his last role was Eureka 7.
That was his.
Could be wrong.
No, that was his last role in life. Was Captain Blue, because he passed midway through production and had to be recast with Paul St. Peter. So anything after that was posthumous as far as like when it came out. Muriel Hoffman is still the one that's been in the most episodes at a solid 7. Yeah, with Candace Moore, Catherine Fu, and John Swayze sharing second place. I think it's really funny John Swayze is in second. I don't know why. It just is. Because, yeah, Umaru-chan, Urusei Yatsura, Full Metal Alchemist, and Squid Girl, and some of those were 2 parts in which he played he played characters, so... Oh, John. Yeah,
Hey, Matthew.
we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see who else comes up in the coming months and
Yeah.
years. Next year makes 6 years since I
think it's
started
about
doing
time
YouTube.
we
That's
wrap up
insane.
The stream, because it's been like 2 hours since we started.
Yeah, I'm getting hungry, so I just wanted to kind of wrap up. So, anyways, keep an eye out for Kinnikuman this month. I do want to get it out this month because of U.S. Thanksgiving. I know Canadians had their Thanksgiving last month, and Europeans have at different times if they have it at all. So, but still, me to cover Sergeant Frog. I do want to.
That would be really cool.
That would be fun.
Mr. Caption.
That's my favorite character in the Funimation dub. But yeah, so anyways, I'm gonna go. I actually want to see if my friends want to go get dinner. But thanks for coming by. Thanks for continuing to watch the channel. If you're new here, hello.
And thank you. Goodbye. Till we meet again.
And till next time, take